Here we go. Now this light's like too bright. Whenever it's like super bright outside of my room, it's like so dark inside, even with all my lights on. And you guys can't see me, no matter how white I look on camera. But what's up, everybody? Red Button means we're live, a casual take, hosted by your boy Stephen Pepper, here to casually talk some sports. This episode is brought to you by no one. So let's just get right into it today on this another fake winter in Ohio. Shout out to my people in Ohio. It felt like spring just like 2 seconds ago. I wake up, go to class today. It's another fake winter. Story of Ohio. But today, why I'm going live so late is because I was on this morning a show called Player's Choice. If you guys listen to me, you probably know about Player's Choice. It's a large YouTube podcast. Shout out to the guys at Player's Choice. I went on their sub podcast called The Panel. I chopped it up on there. Shout out to them. But the main focus of that show today was talking about Luka Doncic and whether Luka Doncic had a case of being the best player in the world. Now, after that show, I thought about Luka Doncic a little bit. And honestly, after last night's game when he played against the Cavs, I was thinking about Luka Doncic too, especially with all the news and all the talk in sports media about who will be the face of the NBA when LeBron, Steph, KD, and all them retire. And I thought about this. If I were running an NBA team and had to pick one player to be my cornerstone for the next 5 to 7 years, it would easily be Luka Doncic. So last night he was 45, 14, 9 on 55% shooting from the field, 6 for 11 from 3 against the third best defense in all of basketball. I mean, if Kyrie doesn't miss all those games and the Mavs have a better record, this is the MVP of the league, no doubt. Luka is one of the best offensive engines of my lifetime. I mean, we're talking about a guy who is leading the league in scoring at 34.5 points per game. I mean, he scored 73 points this year, but he isn't just a scorer. He also gives you about 9 rebounds a game and runs an offense and creates opportunities for his teammates so well that he's third in assists, about 10 a game. On, wait for this, 49% from the field. 49? A walking triple-double at that efficiency is just out of this world. And if Luka's your face of the franchise, you don't have to worry about playoff translation because in just his short career, he has shown that he's clutch and that he's one of the best playoff scorers of all time. And let me tell you this, the most exciting part of Luka's game is not just necessarily the stats he's putting up today, but the fact that today he just turned 25. Happy birthday, Luka. 25. And if you know anything about NBA superstars, is that their peak is generally ages 26 to 29, meaning that Luka Doncic's 35, 9, and 10 can only get better from here. So when I was thinking about the other players, if I were to pick Luka to be my cornerstone of my franchise for the next 5 to 7 years, who could be in possible competition in that time span? And I immediately thought Giannis. Giannis is a really good player, but I would prefer Luka because I think Giannis and Jokic are about right here now. Giannis has a championship. He's a bit better on defense. But in the next 5 to 7 years, if you stretch that to 7 years, Giannis would be in his mid-30s. Luka has the advantage of 5 years. I'll take the players 5 years younger. Wemby, see, no one else like the old guys like LeBron, Steph, KD, I wouldn't want them more than the next 7 years. Wemby, though, out of all the young guys, not Ant, not SGA, not Brandon Miller, not Scoot, out of all the very young guys, Wemby sticks out to me because he actually has the ceiling of best player alive. And we know we can get from Wemby on the defensive end, clears Luka. Wemby right now is one of the best defenders in the world. He could be the best defender in the world time soon. I would bias Luka because I like what I'm seeing out of Luka right now, and that Luka can only get better as time goes on. And Wemby, although he is a great offensive player and he can become into an even better one, there's still a lot of handle, shooting that he has to figure out, shots that he can take, where I think Luka has it figured out and he's only going to get better. I would take Luka, but that's going to be interesting to look out next couple of years. But I mean, man, Luka, I've been high on Luka for the longest. I said when Luka got drafted, I was always pro Luka going number 1 over DeAndre Ayton. And I said to all my boys that Luka is my guy when LeBron retires. Now, LeBron has played a lot longer than I thought, but still holds up to this day. Luka is my guy when LeBron retires. I think today he is the second best player in the world. And when I was on Player's Choice, I think he has the case to be the best player in the world. I would prefer Nikola Jokic because Jokic, although He doesn't score as much as Luka. He's the more efficient player. He runs a more efficient offense. He's the better passer, more dominant off the backboard, a bit better defensive player. And I have to give credit to where credit's due. He just won on a dominant championship run. He's a bit better, more of a matchup problem. But if Jokic is out of the equation and you just ask, well, who's the next man in line as the best player in the world? To me, it's Luka Doncic. I mean, last night, against the third best defense in all basketball, Cavs team that I love, I'm a huge fan of, wearing a Cavs shirt right now, he won 27-6 at halftime. 27-6 is a good Jason Tatum game at the end of 4 quarters. And Luka did that at the end of halftime. And I know the Mavs lost. And sometimes when you praise a player after a loss, it's not the best thing in the world. But the Mavs were up double digits in the fourth quarter. And we're a Strus heater away. I mean, shout out to Strus. I'll always take the win for my Cavs. But a Strus heater away from beating a red-hot Cavs team in Cleveland, thanks to a game-winning Luka Doncic assist. I mean, who else in the league right now would you want running your offense? And then for the next 5 years, Luka Doncic is a walking, consistent, efficient, offensive beast. Walking triple-double. At that level, he is a triple-double every night on efficient, dominant, offensive Unreal Engine. And he just turned 25 today. So if I had to pick my cornerstone, not Wemby, not Giannis, not Jokic, not any of the older guys, not SGA, for the next 5 to 7 years, who would I want? I would want Luka Doncic. He's not going to win the MVP this year because the team's record's not that great, but I would want Luka Doncic. I appreciate everyone for tuning into the show. Thank you. Follow all my social media. Some Casual Takes is the handle for everything. And until next show, also shout out to Player's Choice. Make sure you go to their page and see me on their latest episode of the panel. I'll link it below. See you.